Hello, everybody. It's Wednesday, hump day, wacky Wednesday. Could be any of a lot of things. But today we are going to talk about charm packs, our charm pack challenge for this month. Either charm packs or 5-inch squares. I know you all have extra 5-inch squares, scraps of fabric. This is a really fun, easy use of your scraps. Um, so let me see if I can get. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to show up on here so that you can. Oh, there we go. There we go. So you guys can make comments if you want to. Okay, so half square or charm packs is a 5-inch square. There's lots of different things that you can do with them. But what I'm going to show you or talk to you about is two different things. You can use either a charm pack. Actually, a charm pack and a yard of fabric will make a table runner. Yeah, I'm big into table runners because they're fun, they're easy, and they allow you to change your decor quickly every month, every week if you want to. They're just kind of fun. But this is just one that I grabbed here. But it's also something when you're out traveling or shopping. I bet you almost every one of you has a charm pack that you bought somewhere and then you were afraid to use it. And if not, what I'm going to show you is you're going to cut 5-inch squares. Just two things. One, just random, a bunch of 5-inch squares just out of all your leftover fabric. If it's big enough to cut it into a 5-inch square, cut it. You only need, I think, 20 of them to make a table runner. And then a solid color. This works best if you have a solid color. Actually, what I had was a white pack and then a design pack. So what I'm going to show you is actually what makes them so easy and how to mark. So I'm going to flip over here and we're just going to talk about this a little bit. Okay? So you'll need a marking device. I'm not sure where mine went, but you'll need some kind of a marking device. Okay? And your ruler. This is so easy to do, and they're fun. They're fun. We had a pack of charm pack and a pack of white fabric, and Pam and I, we sewed them all together and made blocks. This is one of the simplest, easiest designs out there. We've got the design at the shop. The pattern I think is $2. You don't even need it. Just remember you're going to do two wide by 5, I think. Yeah, because it takes 10. So all you need to do something like this is 20 5-inch squares. So it could be a charm pack or you can cut your scraps. And then a half yard of white fabric. And you're going to cut those into 5-inch squares as well. White works really, really well. But the quick, easy way to make your half square triangles. Now this does have an extra piece of fabric at the top and the bottom, and it's got some binding, but my challenge was just to take a charm pack and see what you can do with it. Okay? So you're going to, the easiest, and this is way that works for everybody, is you take all of your light color fabrics. If you're doing white, take all of your white ones, take your ruler, take your marking device. Always test it. Always test and make sure. My favorite one is floating around here somewhere. It's my one from R&K. That's the erasable one, but I don't know where it's at, so it doesn't matter. And if you've got a ruler that's got a 45-degree angle, that makes it easy too. You're just going to draw a line from one corner to the other on all of the back side of all of your plain fabrics, okay? You're just going to do that. You're just going to draw a line from one end to the other on all of them, okay? Easy. We can all do that. We can all draw a straight line. Then you take this block or this piece of fabric and you match it up with one of your scrap blocks. Okay, right sides together. That's all you're going to do. Right sides together. Now, you may need to use a couple pins. It just depends on how confident you are in sewing. You can always, just use a couple pins just out here, one on each side to kind of hold it in place. Okay. Now, if you have lasers on your machine, you can use the laser. If you have the double laser, you can use the double. Okay. But all we're going to do is take and put this into the machine. I think you can see, maybe you can't see that line very well. Let's see if purple works better. Sometimes these are harder to see on camera. But it's just from one corner to the other. Okay, I think you can see that. So you've got the line down the middle. This is one time we are not going to sew on the line. Okay, we're not going to sew on the line. That's going to end up being our cut line. So you're going to sew a seam 1/4 inch away from this side. And the way you can do it is just start up here at the top, if that's the easiest. Start right here, use your line just like it was the edge of your fabric. And you're going to come down and you're going to sew, 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 sew till you get all the way to the end. When you get to the end, leave your needle down, flip your fabric around, needles down, then sew, 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 all the way down. So then you've got 1/4 inch seam on this side and this side. Once you've done that with all of your blocks, you're just going to take your ruler and your rotary cutter and your blade, and you're just going to slice up through the middle. That's it, because you've got the two seams. Slice up through the middle. When you do that, what you have, okay, so here's one. Okay, so we've got this one. Sewn on both sides, sliced up through the middle, pressed to the dark side, and look what happens. You have instant half square triangles. So much easier than trying to have two triangle pieces and put them together and get the ends lined up. Easy, 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 easy. Okay, so then you just get a whole stack of those. Okay, once you're done, now we've got this stack. You can take them and lay them out however you want. I mean, you can make rows of, houndstooth or bear's claw, whatever you want to call it. You do want to be careful if you want the pinwheels, because if you don't pay attention, you could end up sewing them the wrong way. And this is where you would take your blocks and you just make sure, okay, white, black, white, black, white, black, white, black. Look at that. Easy peasy. You've got a nice block already ready to go. Okay, so once you do that, okay, if you've pressed your seams to the dark side, okay, when you lay your piece down, because both of them are pressed to the dark side, and this is where you need to pay attention, because if you don't, you twist it around the wrong way. Your seams lock right into place. Then I just take and put a pin in this one to hold it where my seams are. And maybe you need another pin down here. Then I would do the same thing with this one. Again, just pay attention. And if you've got your seams pressed in the opposite, when you rub it, you can feel that it's in the right spot, and you get such nice little points on your triangles. Okay, so then we can take these, and always remember when you're doing your piecing, stick your pin in toward the edge that you're going to sew. Okay, if you remember to do that, that's just my little hint for today. pin toward the way you're going to sew, and then you're going to sew across here. Because if you don't, you could very easily pick this up and take it over, and then you're sewing the wrong one. And believe me, you don't want to meet Jack the Ripper. All right, so you just sew all of those together. Now we've taken 2 and we've made 4, and this is what you end up with. Okay, so you get this nice assortment of pieces. Points meet in the center because you sewed these 2 together and those 2, and then you lay them down and sew the middle. You can spin the center if you want. Then I recommend that you just lay it out on your cutting table. Okay, just lay it out the way that you would like it. And then you'll be ready to sew them together. And again, we're going to do the same thing because we have white and color. So all of my blocks are pressed toward the dark side. Everything's darker than white. So when I go to lay them down, you can either have your seams pressed open or pressed in direction. These actually are going in opposite directions, but you'll lay them down, put your pins in. Now this time I'm just sticking the pin in the opposite way, just to give you an idea of what it's going to look like. I call it pin basting. That's all I'm doing. Now you'll notice on your pre-packed cuts, when you buy a charm pack, most of them are cut with like a pinking shear finish. When you cut them, you'll have just plain cuts. Okay, so we're going to pretend like that's our 1/4 inch. When we open it up, look at that. Easy. So my challenge to you is, you can make it into a placemat. You can make anything that you want, but just make some half square triangles and play around with them. But I recommend you start with 5-inch squares. Now you can cut them down. You can do lots of other things. But this little pattern right here is just so easy, and it just tells you, yeah, a charm pack, there's 40 5-inch squares. So if you have 2, you've got a white one, you've got another color, one or you can actually make 2 table runners. So you can make one for you, one for a friend, and it's a great opportunity to make a little project and be able to practice your free motion quilting, your decorative stitch, your edge to edge, with your embroidery machine, your sewing machine, your free motion, stitch in the ditch, whatever, and to make these nice little projects. And it's perfect time to be doing that in time to get ready for the holidays, because the holidays will be here sooner than what you think. So anyway, that was my little lecture demo that I wanted to share with you. Let's see. I was busy yesterday cutting kits. I've got all of the kits cut, and Mike's got them, sending them out if you've already pre-ordered. The little class that we're going to be doing later this month, and that's the Kimberbell zipper pouch. These are the fabrics that are in there. There's a zipper in there. All you need is a little piece of batting. What size? You just need an 11-inch square. Okay, we all have scraps of that too. Preferably the Kimberbell batting or your embroidery batting, but if not, regular batting will work. And we're going to be quilting using the clear blue tiles, and a little practice project. Let's see, Falling for Autumn, those came in and they went out yesterday. The fabric kits, the embellishment kits, the CDs. We're going to start sewing. Don't worry, if you purchased it, you get put into our class. We're going to start that on July 19th, actually next Wednesday. No, I'm sorry. I am sorry. July 26th. I'm going to give you time to get your stuff and start cutting it out. Those projects are adorable. They're adorable. We're going to start that on Wednesdays, July 26th, and help you get motivated and keep going and working on that. Tomorrow is Dealer Digital Exclusives. Friday is our Kimberbell Cuties. And look at that gorgeous quilt on the wall behind me. I love that quilt. I don't know, there's just something about it. I think it's because it's the snippets, it's bright colors, but you've got the white background, that black. It's easy to do for, it's a good beginner project, what do they call, confident beginner. But it's a really good beginner project. It's going to last 6 months. We're going to be working on that, maybe 7, depends on how well everybody does. But you're going to be doing different blocks each month, like this little one. Well, I guess you can't see if I do that, put my finger there. But if you start at the top, you see all those different blocks. We're going to be doing different ones each month. So some of them you'll be making several, some you'll be making just a couple, some you'll be making a whole bunch of little ones, like all of those squares and half square and triangles around the outside. But that's a really fun project. We're going to start that in August. So that's going to be our fall project. And let's see, and I know we had some questions because Mike texted me this morning. The Kimberbell event, okay, that is, let's see, the Kimberbell event is Saturday the 29th. We are going to participate. We're participating virtually, but it's Saturday the 29th. Now, if you've seen any of the ads and the things with Kim on Wednesday, they are doing, let me think this through, the confetti table topper in the morning. It's not a sewing class, okay? So you're going to get all the information by registering on Eventbrite, and anyone who has problems with that will figure it out. It can be done last minute. Don't stress out that you haven't done it yet. If you have registered on Eventbrite, you will get a free cupcake background quilting design downloaded into your file on the 29th, into your Kimberbell account. Just like if you're doing the dealer exclusives and you get the Kimberbell design each month, same thing, same place. Not on the 28th, not the day you sign up. They've got it set that it will be available on the 29th, okay? For those of you that want to make it, I made extra kits. I made 24 kits. We have a few left. They have the Kimberbell fabric. Might be a little bit of something else in there, but it has the fabric for the center, a mixture of fabrics for the outside, and you'll get the instructions and the free background design from Kimberbell on that day. Okay, for everybody that ordered the event kits, and we had you sign up as an event for in the afternoon just so that we could put it out there and keep track of it. You still need to sign up for the morning through Eventbrite. Okay, we'll be around to help you if you get confused, or and don't be surprised if everybody and their brother get on and something happens and it goes slow or something crashes. Just warning you, okay? Just be prepared. Be patient. If you ordered the kits, they did come up with some more of them. So everyone who ordered a kit from us, you will be getting them. One, I think it was the white winter ones, came in yesterday, I think. It was either that or the Home Sweet Haunted Home. I don't remember. But anyway, whatever it was that we got, Mike's already sent out to everybody. If you haven't gotten it, as soon as it comes in, it'll go out. You will be able to participate and qualify for your bonus design with your event by purchasing Kimberbell products through our shop. Okay, it's $100 or more in Kimberbell products. Does not include upcoming events, but it does include the Kimberbell fabric and all of the other Kimberbell stuff, stabilizers and all that kind of stuff. And then you can get that free design. There'll be some other specials and promotions and stuff going on that day. And I know that Kimberbell, since it's their event, they're sponsoring, we're trying to help out and participate. They're going to be doing, I don't know, giveaways or whatever it is that they do. I don't know all the details. I'm still catching up from being away on vacation. Okay, so that kind of brings you up on that. We are doing the clear blue tile, the cuties, or the those two I finished those up last night. Next week is our table runner of the month. And I know this is only July, we're not halfway through, but I do want to bring it to your attention. If you want to do the Kimberbell Treats for My Boo, the Halloween event, you've got to get signed up. I've ordered the kits. They're coming. I ordered a few extra. I think only 6, not a whole bunch. So if you haven't signed up and you want to, you better get on there. The first day that can be offered is August the 4th, which is a Friday, and we got to be first. But remember, it will be recorded. You will get the recording afterwards, and there is our bonus designs if you want to participate in that. Looking here at my calendar. The new holiday jar toppers that Kim's talking about, that will automatically be shipped on August the 16th. So you can pre-order. There is our new tape dispenser and a new USB holder that's coming on auto ship as well. And I think we'll have some samples of the jar toppers next week. Let's see, the Nativity bench pillow is going to be released September 14th. All right, I've pre-ordered fabric kits. That's always my concern, is if you want a fabric kit, you got to get that ordered, okay? Because I only order X amount, and when X is gone, I don't have any more, okay? I can almost always get more of the CDs and the embellishment kits. It's just the fabric kits, they make me order so far in advance. So anyway, that's what's going to be coming. Now, I have to tell you a little story, okay? A little show and tell, or not show and tell, because I couldn't get it out of my car. A little story. You guys know we were away on vacation for 2 weeks up in Pennsylvania, and that's Amish country. There's all kinds of Amish communities. Well, we were staying in this little campground, the Dutch something or other, next to Dutch Wonderland little amusement park. Okay, we didn't go to the amusement park, but it's a really nice campground, and it's right next door. It's across the street from the outlets, so it was outlet shopping. It was just like a mile to this little Amish farm and farmhouse, so we could walk around the farm and see the animals and such, and go in, and we took a tour, and it was an educational tour. It was so interesting. So we took that, and one of the cool things or fun things that they do at the campground is on Friday nights at 6, I think it's 6, but it doesn't matter, and Saturdays at 5, there is an Amish, I don't know if you call him a farmer, but an Amish family that comes around with their, selling their wares, which is mainly baked goods. So they have this little wagon with the sides in it, and they take the little boards off, and you've got all of these things like banana and nut bread and shoe fly pie and whoopie pies or gobs, that's what the people call them, homemade bread, there's flowers, and pickles, bread and butter pickles, different things that they've made, and they come around. And what's really cool is the father comes around, and they're young, and he came around with several of his children, his daughter, and I think 2 of the boys at first when they first got there. And then the daughter was busy helping him get his stuff set up, because it's at a campground, it's a novelty, it's fun. So we're all standing around waiting. Where is he? Where is he? What's taking him so long? Because he's out there with that horse and buggy on the highway with the cars. So anyway, he comes down, and he's also got several of the little scooters on the back. And their scooter, or their mode of transportation for the kids or whatever, it's not bicycles. They don't let them have bicycles because they go too fast and they can go too far. So they have those little scooters, only they have bigger wheels, bigger round. Some of them are almost like bicycle wheels. And, the one leg down, pushing along. And anyway, so the kids had those too. And they were going to be able to, they go up and down and around the park. But anyway, I kind of digress. But it was really fun. And they start at the beginning. Then they actually do go up and down all the little streets in the campground. So the little girl was helping, and I looked up on top of the cart that she had some flowers and that they had picked, and they had them in water and stuff. Well, they had pom-poms. Now, we all know what those little pom-poms are. We've all made them as kids out of yarn, but there was a dozen or more little pom-poms laying up on the top. And I looked at her and I asked her, I said, "Did you make those?" And she smiled and she said, "Yes." And they were selling them for $1. So, of course, I have to have a pom-pom. So, and I did find a blue one. It's kind of blue and gray. So I bought a pom-pom. And then this was when they had first come in the campground. A little bit later, so I took my pom-pom back, and since I knew they were going to go up and down all of the lanes or the alleys or streets or whatever you want to call it in the campground, I took my pom-pom back and I wrapped it around the rear view mirror. Or no, we don't have a rear view mirror. Actually, I wrapped it around our little thing for tolls, the little toll box, and wrapped it around so it could just hang down as a decoration. And I wanted them to be able to, to see it when they came around. So it just so happened when they came back or came by, the father looked up and he saw it and he got a big smile, and he made sure he told the kids, because the money from that, when you bought it, the kids all worked together to make the pom-poms, and then they took turns getting the $1. So it was just kind of fun, and it was fun to see, Dad was teaching these kids, elementary school and smaller. One was only 2 years old. He didn't make pom-poms, but the mom and he came a little bit later as they were going through the campground. But they had the best pies, and yes, I ate all of that stuff for the entire week, brought some things back, and just really enjoyed all of that. So I just wanted to share that with you. I just thought it was a fun story, and fun watching these kids being enterprising, making something. They had and making a little bit of money, and they took turns, and she was honest because the dad asked, "Whose turn is it for the $1?" And she said whatever her brother's name was. So he was going to get that $1, but they sold out of all the pom-poms. So anyway, I just thought that was kind of fun. I don't know if anybody has any other questions or comments, or I want to see your pictures on our Facebook page of your half square triangles, and what are you going to make. If you want to do something different, this was just the easiest, the little pinwheels. I thought that was kind of fun. But if you want to make something else, if you want to make smaller ones, you could do the same thing out of the little 2.5-inch squares, the little mini charms. But I just thought it would be fun to do a little something, and table runners are just easy. So we will have something else going on next month. And remember, you still have time to send in your surveys. I am holding all of these up. Maybe I'll start next week and be able to share. It was really fun to see the things that you came up with using A&A White Sewing and all the different words and things. So we have we'll start going over that and some comments and some good information and some, ideas as I prepare for classes for, fall and on into next year. I will certainly take all of that into consideration. So, all right, I don't see any other comments. You guys go make a great afternoon. Sew something. And tomorrow, I'll see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock. See what we've got for you tomorrow. And then we have our DDE, Dealer Digital Exclusives, in the afternoon. So I'll see you then. And oh, by the way, the puppies are sacked out. Yes, they are still recovering, and that's why you don't see them. I'm not waking them up. They are all sound asleep. So we'll see if they're back to normal and have more energy tomorrow.